Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, I have a Patreon question asking about how the royal family will react to Prince Harry's book, what they're going to do. And someone sent me this Palace Confidential newsletter. Thank you very much to the person who sent this to me. Just came out July 14th, 2022. Excuse me. And it says, "Welcome to my Palace Confidential newsletter. Buckingham Palace officials may have breathed a sigh of relief when they read a string of recent reports claiming that Prince Harry's memoirs had been put on hold or even canceled altogether. It seems, however, that their hopes were unfounded. This week, New York Post reported that the autobiography would be published this autumn and contain a barrage of, quote, explosive truth bombs." And I saw that in my last reading about the book with the Ace of Swords. I was like, oh, this is going to be big. They're going to be very forceful, powerful news stories. An American publishing source claims, quote, "It's juicy, that's for sure." While another mole added, quote, "There's a lot of news stories in there about the past that Harry has not spoken about before, about his childhood. Some of the content in there should make his family nervous." Relations with the royal family have still not recovered from the supposed, quote, truth bombs detonated by Harry and Meghan in their television interview with Oprah Winfrey last year. So there is a growing sense of dread about the forthcoming book. Personally, I would like to see the palace taking action against the Duke of Sussex ahead of publication. Stripping him, as well as his disgraced uncle Prince Andrew, of their roles as two of the Queen's 4 counselors of state would be a sensible start. Hear, hear, I agree. So Scarab, a whole new beginning here. Reinventing yourself. New life here. Protection. They gotta protect themselves. Scarabs often used, people wear, jewelry with this to protect themselves. So they're definitely, I see this as protecting themselves. They're definitely practically and spiritually. Because we all know Harry and Meghan are just part of this evil group that are satanic as well. But there's a lot of evil going on here, nonetheless. And then I get armadillo spirits. Set healthy boundaries. So I'm seeing some healthy boundaries being set here. Because they're going to be concentrating on protecting themselves more. Wow, so before it was like all about protecting Harry and Meghan claiming they weren't protected, and Harry taking the Met Police to court because he wasn't getting enough police protection. Well, now it turns out Harry and Meghan are just projecting, because really it's the royal family who is going to have to start protecting themselves against Harry and Meghan's lies. That is quite clear and quite obvious and true, unlike Harry and Meghan's lies. So, oh my goodness. Liars, liars, liars. So let's find out here what's going to happen. What's the royal family thinking of doing, going to do? How's it going to go? Let's see. What's going to happen here? What's the royal family going to do here? So in general attitude, Queen of Pentacles reverse. So of course, protecting the Queen and, showing that she's upset and gonna be upset about this. I mean, she may say something. You remember how venomous Harry and Meghan responded when she merely said recollections may vary. Well, I think we're going to see some more recollections varying here. And, any attacks on the Queen, of course, are not going to go well for Harry if he does that. But looks like Harry's got a lot of things he could be doing. Ooh, 4 of Wands reverse, not being invited back. Ooh. I mean, they already got the cold shoulder from the royal family. I'm taking that the Harry and Meghan have lost any invites from the royal family going forward. They're going to be somehow disowned. It could be a loss of a title. The Queen may finally... I mean, I know people have been saying the Queen can't take it away. It's going to be, I don't know, governing body there. I don't know exactly the process. All I know is they want something taken away. And besides that, Harry and Meghan, but they could just kiss any future invitations to events goodbye. That's for sure. That's what I'm seeing here. All right, so let's take a look at this. What is going to be happening behind the scenes under the radar as far as the royal family's reaction? And I get the Page of Swords reversed. So this tells me that there'll be a lot of arguing, fighting, trolls online. There'll be, now I kind of see this is the after tower, right? So you've got these people coming for him. Right, so Harry opened his big mouth, and now the royal family's coming. They're like, we're going to have to deal with you. So I do think behind the scenes, it's going to be nasty. They're going to come at him. They're going to be arguing with him. They're going to be angry with him. And it's going to make things much angrier behind the scenes. And there may also be more stories published. They may fight back that way as well online. I always sometimes see this as the troll card, people, attacking online and whatnot, telling they may, I don't think they'll lower to his level and lie about him, but they are going to combat him and argue with him and be upset with him and angry with him, disappointed. Now, the Tom Bower book recently came out, and it's only being sold out of a publisher in the UK. I don't know if it's going to be sold through any other outlet, but I wanted to know if the Tom Bower book was part of the strategy of the royal family in combating Harry's autobiography. And I get the Strength card, Major Arcana. And in this card, I see a woman hugging the lion. So that kind of tells me that the royal family really appreciates Tom Bower's book and Tom Bower. He is, like Lady Colin Campbell, he's an author who can hold his own in court if need be, and he does thorough research, and he's famous for his biographies. And yes, so I think that I don't get that they told him, write this book for us, but I get that they probably said to him, or the Queen may have spread word that, the Queen would really appreciate if you did do a book about them. If at the very least, they're very happy with his book. And they know that he will speak on their behalf and that he's done his research so thoroughly so that I think that some of the lies Harry's going to come out with may also be something that he's going to be knowledgeable about and, be able to respond to, as well as many other people. Particularly it's about Harry's childhood. I'm sure there's many people who can say, I was there, I know what happened. Princess Diana's butler may come out again, Andrew Moore, and all the rest. They're going to be like, I don't remember that. I was there. That never happened, So I think that, Harry and the children were covered so, closely. I really find it doubtful that he's going to be able to lie. But apparently Harry and Meghan are determined to lie and lie and lie. I mean, Meghan wants to lie and say she got married 3 days before her wedding and all this other nonsense. And Meghan, of course, is right now being sued by her sister. I wonder about that. Let's ask real quick. I want to ask: is the fact that Samantha Markle is suing Meghan, which she rightfully has every right to, so the way she's been slandered? I wonder, did the royal family encourage Samantha? Did the royal family or one of their people encourage Samantha Markle to do that, to sue her? Okay, I'm gonna go with a no. Now, I think Samantha Markle did it on her own because she's just pissed. She's like, my father's dying. I'm dying. I'm not letting this go. So no. So I think it was to clear her name and her father's name and to fight back against them. Because Harry and Meghan have really turned into this vicious, malignant force of nature, of evil, that has upset so many people, and that if everybody pushes back on them, finally, it may take a time, but will take them down and expose everything. And so much has already been exposed. I think the royal family will help to expose more and will help and definitely support Tom Bower and count on him. So what are they expecting? Was the royal family expecting Magician reverse? So they're expecting it to be a big flop because Harry will be exposed yet again for being the liar he is. I mean, Harry and Meghan make a big hoo-ha with their interviews and with their books. But at the end of the day, we all know Harry didn't even write the book. It's going to be somebody else. And his PR is going to try to push it out. But I think the royal family is expecting it to be a disaster like everything else Harry and Meghan do. I mean, let's face it. Harry and Meghan don't do anything, and they can't do anything right. And even if Harry comes out with more lies, as everybody already suspects and that they're already saying, It's still going to probably backfire on him as it always does. But again, it's always about the PR with Harry and Meghan. It's generating a buzz, getting controversy, etc., etc. But they do expect it to be big with a major arcana, so they have their backs up. They know they're going to put up they're getting ready to take actions and to cut Harry and Meghan out further. But at the same time, I'm sure they're not expecting it to be as damaging as I'm sure Harry and Meghan are hoping it will be with their gang of thugs that they hang out with, the criminals. So what are they worried about or not want? And I get the Eight of Wands. So of course, they don't want Harry and Meghan making a living out of attacking them in the media, because that's what they've been doing. I mean, let's face it, Harry and Meghan, they're supposed to be doing things for Netflix. They're supposed to be making podcasts for Spotify, but Harry and Meghan do nothing. They have nothing. All they have is their Invictus Games, and even that, they made it horrible with their presence there. I mean, really, they've made a career out of attacking the royal family, and the royal family naturally are sick of it because they're just enemies now, just using the royal family and attacking the royal family and trying to make a living out of that and getting all their media. So of course what the royal family doesn't want is all the PR and all the stories just shooting out there and going story after story after story after story, and William and Charles and everyone and Camilla having to be confronted by these reporters saying, well, Harry said this, what do you respond? And Harry said you're racist, and how do you respond? So I mean, they have to respond to it all the time, and they're just it's exhausting. And it's they're trying to do good work, they're trying to bring some positivity to people's lives, while Harry and Meghan are just attacking them and tear them down and attacking their reputation. So yeah, they're just tired of this, and they really wish Harry and Meghan would find something to do that they're good at, that they could focus on, instead of focusing on tearing down the royal family that they had nothing to do with building, right? And the only reason anyone knows who Meghan is because of the royal family, and this is how she shows her gratitude, by trying to tear it down again. So what are they hoping for? And then I get Justice reversed. So they're hoping that their criminal connections are exposed, and they're hoping that Harry and Meghan better look out, because you know what? Harry and Meghan hang out with this criminal gang of thugs and whatnot, and they think this is Harry and Meghan. They think they can judge the royal family. You got the king down here and a pauper, and Harry and Meghan just think they can judge the royal family. Well, you know what? Things are going to be turning around. They're going to find out real soon that the royal family has been holding back and not giving them the full weight of what they can do. And Harry should know better, really. But they may just have to teach Harry and Meghan a lesson. And possibly in the courtroom. I'm seeing the possibility they may sue them. They could get sued. Also, criminal activities here that could be exposed. Now, of course, the royal family has a long history of Meghan's that they have not released, as well as a whole slew of bullied employees who are still very upset. So, I mean, there's so much material to work with the royal family can come out with. We know Tom Bower's coming out with some, but yeah, it looks like they may have to show exactly what Harry and Meghan are made of and what they're doing. How does the royal family see Harry? And I get the Seven of Wands. So of course, Harry here in the media, fight, right? But this is the Seven of Wands, and this after tarot. So normally Seven of Wands, he's standing up on top of the hill and he's beating down people beneath him. And that's like the royal family. They're always like pushing away the reporters and pesky stories and whatnot, and stalkers. But here Harry is jumping down. He's lowering himself. So they see that, ideally what they had tried to do with Harry and Meghan was they tried to bring Meghan into the fold, into the royal family, and raise her up to be a royal, But instead, Meghan rips Harry away and lowers him. So they see that Harry has lowered himself. He's now amongst these criminals, these lower life forms that Meghan and her criminal gang that she hangs out with, and of course also George Soros and Bill Gates and all these other criminal organizations. That they see that Harry has really lost the plot. He's really lowered himself and denigrated himself, and he's just fight. Harry just loves to fight, right? He's got that second-born chip on his shoulder, and all he wants to do all day, because he's a very aggressive and very stupid, he just wants to fight, and be angry and blame everyone for his problems instead of acting like a mature adult. So they see Harry as a serious problem, and that he's just getting worse and worse with time, and it's not getting better. And, Meghan and her gang have the control over Harry. I mean, whether it's through the antidepressants and Meghan manipulating him through his mother's memory, et cetera, et cetera. But Harry's just getting worse and worse, and he's getting more and more aggressive, and he's not stopping. He's nonstop with it. And they wished he would stop, but he's not. So what's going to happen in the near future, how things are going to go, and I do get the Ace of Cups reversed. So I see a separation here and one of sadness, and I kind of see this with the Hand of the Heart, taking it away, taking their love away, taking the Queen's affection away. I already see that they're going to lose invitations to anything with the Queen. They may not even be invited to her funeral, whatever happens. And I see them being separated through the Counselor of State and other things. So I do see that there's going to be more because of Meghan and her gang. Okay, we got the M there, because of Meghan, and it's going to be very sad. It's going to be very sad for the Queen. She doesn't like abandoning her family members, but you know what? What's got to be done is done. They have to have their borders. They have to have healthy boundaries, and Harry keeps crossing those boundaries, and so they need to teach him a lesson he obviously hasn't learned yet. They thought they had handled things well with him. They thought he would learn his lesson from the Jubilee, but apparently he hasn't. So it's going to have to get worse. So it seems like the royal family is going by degree. Well, we gave him a chance. We tried. We gave him plenty of time to turn around, but he didn't do it. So I do see something new here, something very sad, something very upsetting. And something that's going to be very upsetting to Harry and Meghan for sure. And in the long term, I get the King of Cups reversed, which you can see as Prince William or Prince Charles being very upset. You see he's dumping out the cup there, like dumping out any affection they may have had for Harry and Meghan, just being very angry and upset, very emotional. So I do see that it's going to be very upsetting to the royal family. They may not say anything. See, Cups kind of, they're going to say a lot of things behind the scenes. They're going to be angry and complaining, and probably Lady C will have her ear to the ground and pick up some comments, but they're not going to say anything publicly for the most part unless they absolutely have to defend themselves. But they are going to be very, very unhappy with this book, and especially Prince William, who will no doubt be, one of the focuses of attack besides his father. Because if Harry goes back to his childhood, of course, it's going to be going back to his father and what his father did with Diana and all that, and Camilla, and etc. So it's going to be very upsetting to all of them that Harry is regurgitating this history and using it to make a buck, using it to make a living attacking his family. They're going to be very unhappy about this. And it's not going to be good for Harry and Meghan, that's for sure. But I don't see the royal family saying anything. Like, they're not going, obviously, not surprisingly, the royal family themselves, they may, again, take away the Counselor of State or something like that. I see something new happening here they're going to take away. But they're going to be very quiet again. They're going to not, they're not going to jump in the mud with the pigs, because the pigs, Meghan will win. So they're not going to lower themselves to that. They're going to be handling it with dignity, and they're going to let their own folly, their own foolishness, their own lies exposed. They're gonna let that let them tear themselves down. I mean, Harry and Meghan still haven't apologized for all the proven lies that they said in the Oprah interview. So they're going to lie and lie again, and then not take any responsibility for all of that. And the Uvalde trip, Meghan still hasn't apologized about that. They never apologize. Their arrogance is unbelievable. So yeah, it's going to be, they're just destroying the relationship with William and Charles for sure. And that's not going to bode well for Harry and Meghan after the Queen passes, when William and Charles are the ones in charge of everything. Oh boy, bad news for Harry and Meghan coming up real soon. I tell you, this book is going to be, they're going to learn their lessons sooner or later. They are definitely going to have to pay for this one way or the other, and they will. Yeah, royal family's going to be very, very unhappy. I'm getting Cups cards. They're like, this is it. Enough is enough, So that is what I have for you for how the royal family will react to Harry's book. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.